Now it's time for Guitar of the Week.
Okay, today's Guitar of the Week is a Paul Reed Smith special. Look at that top. This top is just absolutely gorgeous with this gray that fades to blue, and then the back is also blue with dust on it, with a blue neck. More importantly, not a 10 top. When I was a dealer, it was one of the most confusing things to deal with PRS was 10 tops. Customers like, should I buy a 10 top? Do I need a 10 top? Or worse, they would buy a 10 top, we would get the guitar and they go, that is not a 10 top, but it was labeled 10 top. This guitar is not labeled 10 top, but I mean, come on. I mean, what would you call that? I mean, look at the matching on both sides. I mean, that's 10. So this is a Paul Reed Smith special. A special is basically a custom 22 fret guitar with a pattern regular neck, just like a custom 22, tremolo bridge, and it looks like it has a lot of stuff, but it's basically like a 2408. It's got two 8515 LT pickups. LT stands for Lieutenant pickups. I'm just kidding, that's not what it says. It stands for low turn pickups. And then you have your narrow field. By the way, I don't know why, but everybody keeps calling them near fields. They're narrow fields because they have a narrow field of that they can hear or pick up because they're pickups. And then you have two mini switches, which the down positions make these humbuckers and the up positions make them single coils. And then you have a 5-way switch with a tone control and a volume control right there. And this is semi-hollow. In 2018, went to the PRS Experience event. I was invited as a YouTuber, but it's kind of a funny story. So I got there Thursday night. The event started Friday. I did not know that the Friday portion was only for the dealers. So the dealers could go and look at the guitars and then buy the guitars. And then the dealers set up stands, like card tables, the next day on Saturday. The public then comes on Saturday. And then the dealers sell the public the guitars they bought, plus any guitars they want to bring with them from their stores, I think. I thought they could bring guitars from the stores. So when I got there on Friday, I got up that morning, I went and had breakfast, and I went to the PRS thing, and I got my lanyard, because there was a thing to check in and get the lanyards. And then I went to go into the PRS facility, and they're like, you can't go in. And I'm like, why can't I go in? And they go, it's only dealers today. And I'm like I was invited to come here. I'm a social media superpower. Do you know I'm Phil McKnight? No, I'm just kidding. I didn't say that. So it's like, I'm like, oh, this is weird. And so I was standing outside. So I go, what do I do? So I went, had a rental car. I went and got coffee. And I'm thinking, what am I going to do all day? This sucks. Like, I don't know what I'm going to do all day. I came with this idea. So this is what I did. So I went back to PRS and I walked up to the security guard and I just pointed at my lanyard and I said, I'm with the press. And he goes, okay. And he let me right through. So I got in the factory. I was just roaming their facility unattended, right? And wondering what's going to happen. Because remember, there's dealers. It's not like I'm in their facility and there's no other people in their facility. Remember, there's dealers walking around. And I went in the dealer room and I'm walking around and I bump into somebody I know at PRS and they're like, oh, and by the way, Nathan worked there at that time. So even Nathan was walking around, he was working. And so I bumped into somebody I know and they're like, oh, hey, what are you doing? They don't even know I'm not supposed to be there because there's, again, I'm with the channel, I got a lanyard. And Toogle Dog says tight security. Look, I learned since that, by the way, anytime you get a badge, always say press. Just say, I'm press. I'm with the press. Because usually your badge says media. That's what. I've been very clear. Mine doesn't say like guest or VIP. It says media. A lot of companies do this with influencers. Because, influencers, whatever. YouTube douchebags like me. So anyways, they just give us media badges. So I learned to go, I'm the press, I'm the media. And then what happened was I found this guitar in a different color and I picked it up because it just came out. And I played it and I go, I love this. So now I'm running around with this guitar, right? Not literally running, like not with a knife or scissors or anything, but I'm running around with this guitar and I find somebody I know up here and I go, I want to buy this guitar. And they go, oh, you can't buy that guitar. You got to be a dealer. I'm like, well, I just want to buy it. I go, just pick a dealer and I'll give them money and I'll have this guitar. It'll be mine. And they go, you got to wait till tomorrow. And I'm like, okay. And I go, can I do a video of it? And if you go on my social media, you'll see a picture of that guitar because there's a picture of me in this room with these giant speakers and that guitar. So I go in and I do a video of it. And then right when I'm doing the video, I finish the video. So I'm like, oh, it's amazing. I'm going to buy it today or whatever. And I'm like, this is the best guitar ever. right? Which is what you say when you find a new toy. And PRS, basically social media, PRS comes up to me, social media from them comes up and says, hey, so you can't put out any pictures or any videos of this guitar until Monday. And I'm like, what? And they go, yeah, nothing can be seen until Monday. And I was like, oh. And when I was doing the video, I asked them, I go, do you have the specs on the guitar? They didn't have the specs. And I go, so I just kept saying things in the video like, I don't know what this specifically is, but it's, but you're getting a first look at it. I kept selling the idea as a first look. And so anyways, what happens is Saturday I walk in and I find the guitar. I go up to the dealer. I forget the dealer. And I said, I want to buy that guitar. And they go, it's sold. I'm like, you bastards. And then I go to lunch. This is on Saturday. And I see all the dealers had posted all their videos and social media the night before of all the guitars. So my video doesn't even make any sense because everybody now knows these guitars came out. I can't make a video called, no one's seen this. Because that's what I'm saying in the video. I'm like, secret, no one's seen this. So I was really bummed. And but I couldn't stop thinking about that guitar. I don't know why, just for years went on. And so what year is this? This is a 22. So I bought it, I think last year, 22. So about a year and a half ago, bought it. This is amazing guitar. It's just fantastic. So let me share it with you. I'm playing through my Wonderland Overdrive. I'm on the clean channel of the amp. Humbucker, neck, clean channel. Here we go. I'm going to switch it to single coil mode. Now, what's cool about this guitar is in the single coil mode of this humbucker, when you go to the position 4, you now have 2 single coils. This, even though it's a humbucker 2, it's coil split. So now you have a Strat. So you can get this kind of sound. So it really gives you that kind of... Okay, now we'll go to humbucker neck again, and I'm going to switch over to the overdrive on the amp. Oops, that helps. And a little delay. Here we go. And a coil split this. Okay, we'll ditch the delay, so you don't need that now. Let's go to the bridge humbucker. Now, here's what I like to share with you guys. This is the bridge coil split. And now that middle humbucker split. So again, now we have that Strat position again, where you have the middle and the bridge in single coil mode, and you get this sound out of it. Somebody just put that there's no volume drop when you switch to the sim coils. That is correct. When you coil split this, there is no volume drop in this guitar. Why I love this guitar? First of all, I just love it. I mean, it's really cool. I actually, as much as I love this color, this is one of my favorite colors because it reminds me of the Know Your Gear logo where it's got the blue and, you know, on the outline. The other one was, I liked it more. And what happened with this guitar was I bought it, and, you know, these guitars are rather crazy expensive. And when I bought it, I got it, and, you know, I didn't want to share it with you guys yet because I wasn't sure. But my first initial reaction to this guitar was, it's not the magic of that one. It's just not the same. And, you know, you guys have experienced that. That guitar you played for a moment in time was so amazing. You didn't get it for whatever reason. You finally get one like it, and you're like, it's not mojoing. It's not there. What's going on? And that's what this was doing. It was not doing that. And so I reset it up, new strings. It was a little better. I was loving it a little bit more. I kept playing it. And then finally, a couple months in, it just finally started clicking with me. And I don't know to this day if I like it as much as that one, but I do like it a whole lot, like a whole lot. But one of the things I love about it, I love guitar concepts like this. You know, the Swiss Army knife logic. You know, this is what I think Paul Reed Smith does the best. I'm not a fan of Paul Reed Smith. When I say Paul Reed Smith, the company, not the guy. I'm not a fan of Paul Reed Smith, the company, as like the, you know, the vintage vibe thing. I'm more of them as the modern thing. You know, as someone who really liked Ibanez as a younger player and how they were evolving and doing new things, I thought that was cool. I like that, you know. I really just like it. Like, if I want traditional, I'll buy Gibson or I'll buy Fender or Gretsch or whoever the traditional companies are. But, you know, for modern, I look to companies like Paul Reed Smith or, you know, Sir or Kiesel. I don't know if it's called Sir, but you get, because I don't know if they do a lot of modern stuff, but you understand, just more modern companies like that. And of course, that guitar going through that amp, I mean, it's magical, as it should be, because you can buy a Buick for this. But would you love the Buick as much as I love this guitar and amp? I don't think so. Bud says, Phil, are you worried about the blue fading like some of the finishes, like the Northern Lights? I heard blues and greens fade more. So this is, the new finishes are nitro finishes. I would assume that they're going to fade. With PRS's, fading is not so much my worry as so much as the chip out on the side of the fretboards, what they used to do more so than they do now. In fact, I have not seen any of the nitro PRSs do chip out. If you guys don't know what that means, is like I have an S2 that has some chips where the paint pulls away from the fretboard. You can glue it and clamp it. I don't think that way. So, you know, one thing that, you know, people talk about is like with the guitars like this, you know, they're not going to age like Gibsons and Fenders. They don't relic them. They're not, you know, they're too modern. I don't think that's the case. I think that I like them to fade. I like them to get old and stuff. I don't really care if that makes any sense. The only time I worry about guitars finish in any way, and in fact, it's very easy to tell with me. If I'm seem like I'm worried about a finish on a guitar in any way, it's because I'm going to sell it. Like my plan, I got it. I'm not loving it, so it's going to rotate out eventually. I'd like it to stay as pristine as possible. So, yeah, I don't really worry about the fade and the finish.
So, in a way, you're dead on it.